This is my self-defense tips and words of wisdom and advice video on YouTube that will help all very, very young girls and women. If you don't feel safe going to some place all by yourself, such as the store or walking the streets at the park getting your exercise, or going to a friend or a family member's house, especially if you suspect there might be some kind of an attacker, such as a mugger or a rapist. To all young girls and women, listen to me very carefully. If you don't feel, first of all, if you don't feel safe going by yourself, make sure there's somebody with you. Rather it's your husband, your boyfriend, your father, your brother, an older sibling, or another close friend or family member. Why? Because if you're with someone else, especially more than one or two people, it makes it harder for them to get you. Remember the old saying, there's safety in numbers. And if you're with more than one person, it makes it a lot harder for them, because remember, most attackers attack people who are always by themselves, and that makes them easy prey. So that's why it's always the first rule is to have someone go with you. Rather it's your husband, boyfriend, your father, your mom, or an older sibling, a close friend, or another family member that you're close to. And second, always trust your gut feeling and instinct, and be aware of your background and surroundings, especially if you suspect or know that something don't smell right. Be aware of what's going on around you, especially if you see someone you don't know walking toward you, like a strange guy you've never seen before, especially if you don't look like a good person. Always keep your guard up, trust your gut feeling and instinct, always be ready, and especially prepared for anything they might or will do to try to harm you in some kind of a bad way. Rather it's them trying to use their fist, some kind of a grab or hold, or if they try to use a weapon such as a gun or a knife. And never ever take your guard down for 1 second. Why? Because if you do, they will take advantage of that. And remember, most attackers attack people who take their guard down and believe or think they won't try to harm them in some kind of a very, very bad way. Always keep your guard up no matter what. Also, like at the beginning, be with more than one person. And another way I could put this is be like a pod of dolphins. You know how when dolphins go in pods to protect themselves from a rival pod or predators such as sharks or killer whales? Do the same thing. Have more than one person with you, for example. Or just have your husband, boyfriend, an older sibling, close friend or family member, or even your mom with you at all costs, especially if you don't feel safe and you know they might or will try to harm you in some kind of a very, very bad way. But always remember, one of the best ways to keep them from attacking you is being on your guard at all costs, and especially being with more than one person. Because always remember, the best way to defeat some kind of an attacker, such as a mugger or a rapist, is being with more than one person. Always remember there's safety in numbers. These self-defense tips and words of wisdom and advice will help all young girls and women to protect themselves if they don't feel safe going to somewhere by themselves, such as the store, the gas station, or even running the streets of the park, getting your exercise by yourself, or going to a family member or close friend's house all by yourself. They will help, trust me, and may God be with all his children always.